Halloween is interesting. People dress in costumes, many throw toilet paper in the streets.
Who is it?
Strangers knock on your door asking for candy.
Who is it?
If everyone wasn't doing it, you'd probably get arrested. But perhaps the most confusing of it all is this. Why do we say trick or treat when we know that the stranger opening the door isn't going to be David Blaine?
We say trick or treat, but there's no trick involved because there used to be a trick involved.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. Start the music. Halloween as we know it today dates back about 2,000 years ago in northwestern Europe, in a farming festival known as Samhain. This festival marked the end of harvest season and the beginning of winter, known today as cuffing season. Samhain was a celebration, but it also meant the world was about to get darker, colder, crops were gonna die, and who knows what's gonna happen now.
It was a warning. The spirits were out. There were things out there you couldn't see. And so this time of year was always associated with the supernatural.
That supernatural theme was reinforced by the church. It marked November 2nd as All Souls Day, a day to remember those who have passed away.
That gives Halloween its juju. So it reinforces this idea that the spirit world is present at this time of year.
Okay, that may explain the skeletons and the scary movies, but what about going door to door and asking for candy? Hi! This tradition dates back to All Souls Day. In fact, before we had Tebowing, planking, dabbing, flossing, horse manning, we had souling.
On All Souls Day, people would go house to house begging for little cakes, soul cakes, in exchange for them saying prayers for the dead.
So what happened next? In the 1800s, there was a vast Irish immigration movement, coming from the potato famine to the United States. And the Irish brought their Halloween traditions with them. Meanwhile, in the US, kids were playing tricks around Halloween before the actual celebration of Halloween.
Kids did it under cover of darkness in the fall because around Halloween, this is the time of the year, the spirits are out.
Once Halloween became more widespread, pranks became even more connected to the holiday.
I clipped the article, you can clip it, and it says, treat or tricks. I don't know if you can see that.
That's etymologist Barry Popick. He tracked the earliest written reference of the phrase trick or treat to help explain why it was being used.
November 2nd, 1922, page 6, column 4, and then it starts in quote, treat up or tricks. And that seems like a pretty good threat. The ultimatum on the part of young Canada.
That same ultimatum would later happen in the US. Give us a treat or pay the price. So this is likely where the trick part in trick or treat comes from. It meant give us a treat or we will give you a trick. A bad trick. So an effort was made in the 1920s to throw more Halloween parties. That way kids could be inside, parents could see them, and they wouldn't go out and get into trouble. Unfortunately, it didn't totally tamp down the tricking, but there was something else that worked.
It was the invention, really, of trick or treat that stopped a lot of the tricking. If kids are out on the streets and they're going to do damage to your property, have something for them. It was proactive.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween.
And there were television programs showing people how this works.
Trick or treat!
It took a couple of decades for everybody to get on board with trick-or-treating as something that we all do, and this is going to be good for everyone.
Halloween is certainly unique for plenty of reasons, but there is one thing that will always make Halloween a treat.
Halloween's the only holiday we have left where we open our doors to strangers. It's an incredibly generous thing, and you know, it might have come out of people trying to save their property from damage, but it ended up bringing the community together in something everybody coast to coast could get on board behind.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.